Hi guys, today we're going to take a quick look at this brand new AEG from PTS Syndicate. It's a really interesting gun. So it's their Centurion Arms fully licensed CM4 C4-10 AEG. It's got the kinetic recoil system in it, which basically gives a lot of recoil as you're shooting the gun. And it's quite an interesting gun if you want to take a closer look at it. So it comes with a lot of PTS furniture. The base gun itself is basically KWA's AEG3 platform. So it's an M4 platform with their whole AEG3 gearbox installed, and as you can see, it's got all the PTS furniture, including their C4 rail on the front, which is fully licensed by Centurion Arms, as you can see here. It's a 10-inch rail with a 10.3-inch barrel underneath. You also have their enhanced polymer compact grip, which is much more vertical than a lot of M4 grips. It's also narrower and it makes it incredibly comfortable with the PTS logo stamped on there. You also get the EP stock, so the enhanced polymer stock, which has a lot of room for a battery, which I'll just demonstrate to you now. So you've got basically a tab here and one on the opposite side. Just give them a squeeze together and the butt plate will just pop off. And there's so much room for a battery here, so you can actually mount a battery vertically as well as either side of the stock, which I'll just demonstrate here. This is just a standard 7.4 volt battery. So as you can see there, it just sits in right there. You almost get two batteries there vertically, no problem. And this will be a good opportunity just to show you the recoil system. So what's interesting about this gun as well is it actually comes in at €100 cheaper than Tokyo Marui's next nearest recoil shock model. So basically this is a €500 gun, and Tokyo Marui's top mod, for example, starts at €600. So there's a fair difference in price. Now this is their actual recoil system. It's a very beefy system. So this is the spring guide and basically blowback weight. Basically it's probably about 250-300 grams in weight. This is the spring here, so that's a 1 joule spring. Believe it or not, it's very short. But it's all that's needed in this gun to produce 1 joule of energy. So basically it all just slides down inside the buffer tube. So this spring, once you drop it down, that'll drop it all the way into the piston inside the gearbox. This is the incredibly heavy blowback assembly that slides in there as well. And all you need to basically take this out or adjust it is a pair of needle nose pliers, which I'll just grab here. So you'll see there's 4 actual lug holes here. Basically just a pair of needle nose pliers. Just push the plug in and rotate it. If I can get it in here. And this is actually a variable FPS system to some extent, in that when the plug is basically fully rewinded out of the gun, you're actually reducing the FPS, and when it's fully screwed in, like it is from the factory obviously, and when it's nice and tight like I'm doing now, it'll produce the maximum FPS, with which this spring is about 315 FPS with a 0.2 gram BB. So it's exactly where you want it for a 1 joule setup. That's pretty tight there now. I'll actually just slide the battery in just to demonstrate the recoil system. So we just connect it up here, just in case you're wondering. That's actually a fuse inside that little black holder, the fuse holder there. And like I say, there's so much room for all the wiring, any excess wiring, additional battery even. We just slide the butt plate back on. So that's the battery connected on semi-automatic. And on full auto. So it's an incredibly beefy recoil system. I'd say it's even more powerful than the Tokyo Marui system. It really shakes the gun. You also have a rotary based hop-up system, which is located behind the bolt here. So what's interesting about this gun is it doesn't actually blow back the bolt. It doesn't have a simulated bolt like the Marui ones do. So as you can see, it's cycling there and the bolt doesn't move. And you also have, that's the rotary hop-up system, which is kind of like a click-based system. So you know exactly that the exact position that you're adjusting to. And like the Tokyo Marui models, you also have an auto cutoff feature. So as soon as the magazine is empty, the gun will stop firing. So that's the enhanced polymer magazine. That's the extended follower. As soon as the follower enters into the gun will cease to fire. So if I just push that into the magazine, push it into the gun should fire 1 shot, and it's empty. The bolt catch pops out, push the bolt catch back in, and it'll fire again. So that's a really cool feature of the gun. And another cool feature of the magazine itself is this switch here. So you can actually swap between 30 rounds and 120 rounds like that, just a flick of a switch. So it's perfect for milsim, or if you fancy a bit more of a challenge during your skirmishes, just reducing your capacity. The magazines are available in a 3 box set. They're €60 for a set of 3 magazines, so again about 30% cheaper than the Tokyo Marui magazines. And all these accessories are available separately. So you've got the EP stock, you've got the EP grip, And you have these brand new Griffon Silencers available from PTS as well, which would be a perfect accompaniment for this particular gun. So they look really, really good. So you've got a long and a short version of that. So yeah, it's a really interesting gun, a nice alternative to Toki Marie models, and they're available at AirsoftEire.com.